Housing Development Progress. Number one and the best. Housing Development Progress. Number one. Number one. Housing Development Progress. Number one and the best. Housing Development Progress. Number one. Housing Development Progress. In Nigeria. Housing Development Progress. In Africa. Housing Development Program and the globe. Number one, Housing Development Program.
Welcome to another informative episode of Housing Development. As always, I am Flora Ani, your Housing Diva. As humanity celebrates women in this year's International Women's Day, a global celebration of the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women. Each year, the day serves as a powerful reminder of the progress made towards gender equality and highlights the work that still needs to be done. What challenges do women in the housing and construction industry face, and what risks are associated with their job? How can we inspire more women participation in the industry? How do we break down barriers and foster diversity? I'll be speaking with some amazing Amazons today. First, let's see the news making waves in the housing sector.
The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Ahmed Dangiwa, issued a stern warning over the weekend to real estate developers against constructing substandard projects and engaging in fraudulent practices. He emphasized that they must cease such behavior or be subjected to legal consequences. This was as the minister reiterated the resolve of the ministry to ensure that developers construct houses in line with laid-down laws and regulations to prevent fraudulent practices in the sector. Dangiwa emphasized the avoidance of substandard building materials and unethical practices, cautioning that individuals failing to adhere to specified guidelines would face prosecution. He further warned against accepting funds from unsuspecting Nigerians and delivering subpar projects, declaring an end to shortcuts in the industry. The managing director of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has reaffirmed the bank's dedication to establishing collaborations with state governments to facilitate the provision of affordable housing nationwide. OCD disclosed this during his goodwill message at the commissioning of Nasarawa Technology Village Phase 1 in Nasarawa State. He stressed the importance of utilizing innovation and strategic partnerships to advance affordable housing initiatives throughout the nation. OCD conveyed the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria's preparedness to offer essential mortgage structures to support the implementation of additional projects. The Housing Development Advocacy Network (HDAN) has expressed sorrow over the demise of the late architect Gabriel Aduku, who served as the former Honorable Minister of State for Health and former chairman of the Arewa Consultative Forum. The executive director of HDAN, Festus Adebayo, revealed in a statement issued recently in Abuja that the demise of the esteemed nationalist Gabriel Aduku, who passed on Monday, 11th March 2024, is a grievous loss to the nation. HDAN highlighted that Gabriel Aduku throughout his lifetime stood as a stalwart advocate for affordable housing. During the tenure of the late President Shehu Shagari, he played a significant role in shaping the landscape of affordable housing. Aduku was more than just an architect. He was considered the architect of architects.
For full details of the news, do well to visit www.africanhousingnews.com. The construction industry has long been characterized by a male-dominated field, with women historically underrepresented in all aspects of this sector. However, in recent years, significant progress has been made in breaking down gender barriers and increasing the presence of women in construction. This shift had had a profound effect on the industry, leading to greater diversity, improved productivity, and a more inclusive work environment. What are the roles and contributions of women internationally and nationally to the development of the housing and construction industry? What are the constraints and the barriers, and how can we break the barriers? Let's listen to these amazing women.
Team is #InspireInclusion. So we need to work around because women are special species. Do you understand? So, and the team centers around bringing in more women as a team, women inclusion in whatever programs you have. And you know, when women unite, great things happen. We are advocating for women to go into politics, take their sensitive positions so that we will not be left out.
Women are people that you need to invest in. Why? Because one of the nature of women is that they reproduce. Whatever you put into a woman, she reproduces as much as it. So women should be given the opportunity to participate in building the city, building the nation in general, because the perspective in which they look at some of these issues are different. So yes, they should be getting women involved in the activities, because if women are not involved in some of these activities, there's no way they can use their potential in managing the city. So the first thing is engaging women in the activities as, if not one of the major stakeholders in the decision making as related to building of the city.
You know, awareness is key when it comes to getting women into the built environment. So now we as town planners that practice, we do advocacy. Advocacy meaning we go out, we talk to people, we tell them about ourselves, we tell them what we do and how they can join us.
International Women's Day is a day set aside to celebrate all women, regardless of the profession, regardless of the creed, ethnicity, or wherever you belong. As long as you are in the gender folk of the womanhood, you are bound to be celebrated. Women are unique. You women are a resilient being. Women are brave. Women are outstanding in all that they do, and as such, you know, you cannot equate what a woman delivers at all times. Women render sacrifices that you can't quantify it. You can't quantify what the women give out at every point in time.
They live in the shadows, forgotten corners of our city, overcrowded, unsanitary, lacking basic amenities. These are the slums where millions struggle to exist. But there's a flicker of hope. An ambitious project is underway. Imagine homes with running water, proper sanitation, schools and playgrounds for children, a chance for dignity, for dreams to take flight. But this transformation needs your voices. Speak to Housing TV Africa and let the world witness the resilience of those who fight for a better place to call home. Let our cameras capture the tears of joy, the shared laughter, the spirit of unity that shines brighter than any hardship. Get in touch with Housing TV Africa today and be a voice of hope to people living in the slum. Housing TV Africa, your first in housing news.
We need to have this crucial conversation about bias and injustice that our women experience. For the housing industry in particular, some finance institutions deny single women loans. In some cultures, widowed women are stripped of their matrimonial entitlement, including real estate. Likewise, single moms still face some kind of stigma when it comes to renting. Let's watch what Nigerians think of these on Voices on the Street.
If I'm a landlady, before a woman will stay in my house, I will ask questions. A woman just coming alone to say he stay. When I'm able to get a detail that is important, that is okay, I can give. But you have to ask and get the details of that woman.
Most of the, they say the rotten apples have affected the good ones. Some people, they feel like some women are in there for, when they rent house or when they rent your house or something like that, they only go for doing runs gears or this and that. But at least it's for the government to at least improve the women's sectors, create more jobs for them at least, or empower some women.
The landlords and schools are supposed to bring the prices of houses lower because of the fingers are not equal. When God created human beings, He made that some people will be high, some people will be low, and He did not disqualify anybody in His side. He made everybody to have equal right. So let them bring everything down, because we will not be looking for the government. This one. This is not issue of government. You don't think government to do. Let government give instruction.
In the building sector now, you don't usually see women doing the manual labor, except in some villages. I know I could give an instance of a village where you see the women doing the labor work, manual work, all those stuff. But in the city here, it's not rampant. Anyone happens to become a widow, which is too bad, I don't think there's any reason for such a person's property to be, the husband's property to be taken away from the person. I think family members should actually come to help that person. It is not, I don't support that at all. I do not support that.
In the construction sector, women are highly underrepresented. And I think it's majorly women are not interested most of the time, and because people are prejudiced and biased against using women in construction. But I believe that if women can go to construction and do a thorough job, they will do a better job than men. But right now, unfortunately, they are highly underrepresented. I'm really not familiar with what government is doing concerning widows and all that. But what I do to tell people as a preacher of the gospel, I tell widows, don't be a victim. My wife has access to everything I have. My wife is my next of kin. He has everything. There's no single human being anywhere in the world, dead or alive, that can take anything from my wife.
A woman's a dream should end in the home. They are not expected to explore, to express themselves, irrespective of the exposure, educational exposure and everything, the knowledge, the idea they've acquired. They don't want them to bring it out. So they believe a woman should be in the house. So they are not highly represented in the government. I don't think the government has really done much on that. It's only few individuals and some non-governmental organizations that have tried to take it up, fighting and helping them retrieve their things.
We need more policies in that regard that protect the interests of a widow or a man or woman. And also as a man, first of all, let's talk about government policies in regards to women who are in homes and protection for women who actually lost maybe their husbands, and you see family members comes to fighting over properties, land, things like that. I think also the government need to do more to have more laws in that regard.
Yeah, we have many there. Though many of them have this kind of fearing that maybe they fall down, but the professional one. In fact, I have a daughter going for civil building something now, which I encourage. It's not my biological daughter, but I think being a woman, I have to help her.
They felt that women don't have the strength. We are just good in kitchen. The government have not done much because Nigeria feel that it's a tradition. As soon as the woman lost her husband, yes, the family, they have right to come and take one or two things. No, it is not done that way. Nigeria women are really suffering. They are really suffering in terms of in marriage. They are really suffering. So Nigeria government should do something for us.
Traditionally, the construction industry has been seen as fiscally demanding and suited primarily for men. However, this stereotype has been gradually challenged as more women have entered the field. Women are demonstrating that they can excel in various roles within construction, from project management and architecture to engineering and skilled trades. It is worthy to note that the increasing influx of talented women into the real estate sector has led to vibrant intellectual contributions to the growth of the industry. I'll be back in a moment. Welcome back. The program is Housing Development. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Development recently commissioned the Mayor's Estate 2 developed by DME Group, and alongside it, the flag-off ceremony of D. Broadfield, another project which possesses the future of sophistication, was held. Have a look.
Housing is universally recognized as a fundamental right, essential for human dignity and societal progress. Yet, in Nigeria, like many countries, there exists a significant housing deficit, leaving millions without adequate shelter. Recognizing this present issue, DME Group, a prominent real estate company, has embarked on a mission to address this challenge through innovative projects aimed at redefining modern living and urban spaces. Today marks a significant milestone in the pursuit to address the housing deficit in Nigeria, as Dynamic Mayor Edge Group commissions the Mayor's Estate 2 and flags off Project Broadfield, signifying more than just housing developments. These ventures aim to reimagine urban landscapes and incorporate futuristic features that enhance the quality of life for residents. The commissioning event saw a gathering of esteemed guests, including the CEO of DME Group, government officials such as the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, as well as political leaders. In his address, the CEO, architect Olumayowa Olurise, stated the importance of collaboration between the public and private sectors in tackling the housing deficit.
I would like to restate that DME Group remains fully committed in making luxurious homes affordable and accessible using the best of materials and techniques. This is important as national development, and we will keep doing our part to actualize these goals. Finally, I want to thank you, the Honorable Minister, for his commitment to the growth of development and real estate in Nigeria.
Echoing these sentiments, the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Architect Ahmed Dangiwa, outlined the significance of affordable and dignified housing for every Nigerian.
So as the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, I'm an advocate of affordable housing with a focus on average Nigerian worker, who are indeed the majority. However, I recognize that all Nigerians across all income segments desire access to decent housing and must applaud DME for tapping into this market segment. The approach that we are promoting at the ministry is building integrated communities with housing types that reflect the diverse income segments of our society using cross-subsidy, as I said earlier.
Former Governor Bindo Jibrila commended DME's efforts but advised the organization to prioritize affordability in its housing projects.
The managing director, and of course with the shareholders that are in this company, I think you have done a wonderful job. These are the kind of things Nigeria needs, and I hope when we are building it, you also consider the pricing.
Also, former Senator Uche Ekunife, a resident of DME's estate, called for increased government intervention and support to enable the private sector to thrive in its mission to provide affordable housing.
I've been to so many estates in Abuja, though I don't have any, but I've been to so many, maybe seeking and looking for accommodation. I know that the mayor's estate is one of the best we have in Abuja today. All they need from us is to support them to continue to thrive in the world of the business in Nigeria. And to the minister, there are so many ways people can support businesses like this through access to facility. They need a lot of facility. This is the time they need government intervention. We only give grants, waivers to importers.
Today we are commissioning this grand estate for the benefit of man and humanity.
Following the commissioning, contractors appraised DME Group for its commitment to quality and innovation in the housing sector.
Welcome back. You're watching Housing Development. The official commissioning of the Nasarawa Technology Village Phase 1 was a huge success as the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State, Engineer Abdullahi Sule, expressed his excitement over the technology hub, stating that it is a new Silicon Valley. He added that the project will fast-track the industry's revolution of the state. Our correspondent will give more details.
The official commissioning of the Nasarawa Technology Village Phase 1 is an actualization of a dream come true for the development and growth of the housing sector in Nigeria. The event, which featured the commissioning of the Phase 1 of the project, comprising 100 housing units, and the groundbreaking of the technology hub, the Nasarawa Technology Village, is a modern reflection of the fusion of affordable housing and technology. Dignitaries, royal fathers, major key players in the housing sector, presidents of professional bodies in the building and construction industry, and other invited guests were in attendance to grace and witness the event. Giving his opening remarks, the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State, His Excellency, Engineer Abdullahi Sule, expressed his excitement over the technology hub, stating that it is the new Silicon Valley.
A situation like Nasarawa State, a state that is not usually very rich when it comes to FAC allocation. We are actually second to the last or third to the last every time there is allocation of funds. And a state with no industries, but a state with very committed and dedicated people, very intelligent people. If given the opportunity, we can be another Silicon Valley, and that is the idea of having this land to now become technology hub. And I want to thank every one of you for making it happen.
The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Architect Ahmed Musa Dengiwa, expressed his excitement over the participation of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria in playing a key role for the off-takers of affordable mortgage loans to potential beneficiaries of the housing component of the Nasarawa Technology Village project. These he stated while giving his opening remarks.
As the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, I'm happy to note that the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria is set to play a key role in the provision of off-takers and affordable mortgage loans to potential beneficiaries of the housing component of the Nasarawa Technology Village project to be commissioned today by His Excellency. What I heard about plans for phase 2 of the project is also very encouraging. By embracing public-private partnerships with reputable developers such as Modern Shelter System and Services, who have already leveraged over 3 billion naira through infra-credit from the Shelter Africa Development Bank, the Nasarawa State Government is clear-footed in ensuring sustainable progress of the project.
Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, Governor of Borno State, while giving his opening remarks, spoke on the huge promises the Nasarawa Technology Village holds for the housing sector and for the people of Nasarawa State.
Felt gratitude to His Excellency Abdullahi Sule for his visionary leadership in conceiving and implementing this monumental project. The Nasarawa State Technology Village holds immense promise for the state, leveraging the state's abundant mineral resources such as carbs, columbite, and tantalite coltan stones to fuel innovation and technological advancement. These resources are vital components in the production of mobile phones, personal computers, automotive electronics, cameras, and even dental and surgical instruments and implants.
The MD and CEO of Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Shehu Osidi, while giving his speech, expressed the readiness of the bank to provide the accurate needed mortgage structure for the actualization of more projects.
To reaffirm our resolve to continue working together, leveraging innovation and embracing sustainable practices to address the evolving housing needs of our growing population. Through collaboration and determination, we can build a future where every individual has access to safe and affordable housing.
The highlight of the event was the commissioning of the Nasarawa Technology Phase 1, Phase 2, as well as the Tech Hub. The idea behind the Tech Hub is to train programmers and enthusiasts in the tech space in collaboration with Decagon Institute. This project is supported and funded by the Central Bank of Nigeria's Creative Industry Fund and Sterling Bank. Expressing profound satisfaction on the commissioning of Nasarawa Technology Village, the MD and CEO of Modern Shelter, Abdulmalik Mahdi.
Where you have a supportive public sector partner, in this case Nasarawa State Government, that has removed every single obstacle in our way to the extent of following us to meetings with these multilateral bodies, then you see that these things are possible, and the huge infrastructure gap that we have in Nigeria is not insurmountable. We can do it with the support of the subnationals, and we are doing it today in Nasarawa State. Thank you very much.
As we continue to celebrate women in the month of March, let us reaffirm our commitment to creating a world where all women are empowered, valued, and included by working together to break down barriers and foster diversity. Do you know that when women themselves are inspired to be included, there is a sense of belonging, relevance, and empowerment? Collectively, let's forge a more inclusive world for women. On that note, I call it a wrap on today's edition of Housing Development. Thanks for watching. I remain your Housing Diva, Flora Ani.